Hello, everyone. Today we are going to learn about something very interesting and important. But before we start with the video, let me tell you a story. When I was your age, I loved to play with toy cars. I had a lot of them, and I used to race them on different tracks. One day, I decided to make a ramp for my cars. I used a cardboard box and some tape and made a slope. But here is the twist. I put a tape on the sloppy surface of the ramp. I thought it would be fun to see how far my cars could go after they went down the ramp. But I was surprised by what happened. My cars went very far when the ramp was not taped, while when it was taped, the car stopped very quickly. I wondered why that was. Do you have any idea? Well, I didn't know it then, but the answer had something to do with force and friction. And today, I'm going to tell you more about it. So what is force? Force is a push or a pull that we do on something. For example, when you push the car down the ramp, you are providing a force to it, or when you kick a football, you push it with your foot. When you open the door of a refrigerator, you pull it. How many times do you push or pull something every day? Think about it. A force can do many things. Force can change the speed of a moving object. Do you know what speed means? Speed is how fast or slow something is moving. When you are pushing the car down the ramp, the speed of the car increases. Force can also change the direction of the object. When we turn a car, we apply force to turn it. Force can also change the shape of an object. When our car crashes, there is a huge change in shape of it. So, in conclusion, force can change the speed, direction, and shape of an object. There are many different types of forces. Let us study some that we come across often in our daily lives. The force that uses the power of the muscles of our body is called muscular force. When we pushed the car, we applied force with our hands, which is a part of our body. This force is called the muscular force. Now, as you saw, the car started moving downwards after we pushed it. Why is it so? Well, there is this sneaky force that pulls everything towards Earth. This is called gravitational force or gravity. When you throw up a ball, it always comes down. Why doesn't it keep going up? This is because gravitational force pulls everything down. A magnet applies a force on things made of iron and steel and pulls them towards itself. This force is called magnetic force. Do you have a magnet with you? If not, don't worry, I have one here. Let's see what it can do. Look at these iron nails. They are not sticking to each other, right? But watch what happens when I bring the magnet near them. Wow! They are sticking to the magnet. The magnet is pulling them with its magnetic force. The magnet does not pull things made of other substances such as paper or plastic. Let's try it. See? Nothing happens. The magnet only pulls things made of iron and steel. Now you remember how our car got slowed down because of the tape we used. What made it slow? It's a force called friction. Friction is a force between two surfaces in contact. Do you know what a surface is? A surface is the top or outer part of something. For example, the surface of the ramp is smooth and flat. But it gets rough when we put some tape on it. And that's why the car on the taped ramp is slower than the car at a normal ramp. This is because the force of friction is more on rough surfaces. It is less on smooth surfaces. Friction has some advantages and some disadvantages. Do you know what they are? Let's find out. We can walk because of friction between our feet and the ground. Without friction, we will slip and fall. Have you ever tried to walk on ice? Why is it difficult? Ice is very smooth, so there is very little friction and you can slip easily. Cars and buses can run on roads because of friction between the tires and the road. Sometimes, cars slip on wet roads because the friction is less. That is why we have to be careful when driving on wet roads. Friction also has many disadvantages like makes it difficult for things to move. The soles of your shoes wear away after some time because of friction. Friction causes parts of the moving machine to wear out. For example, the chain of your bicycle gets rusty because of friction. That makes it harder to pedal. Now, we can also reduce friction by oiling the chain of our bicycles. This makes the surface of the chain smooth. Now that you know about forces, look at these pictures and tell me what type of forces they are. So, that's it for today. Forces are all around us, pulling and pushing things. We hope that you have understood the concept of forces. Now, here's a secret on how you can study effectively with the EduRev app. You can learn with chapter notes, watch video lectures, and solve NCERT-based MCQ tests of this chapter on EduRev. And that's not all, you also get amazing courses for Class 4 and much more for your Class 4 preparation. Thank you.